Hi there. Welcome to the first edition of Diamond Talk here. Jeep DeCiccio is your host, alongside my roommate,
Eric Ostrowski.
Hey, good to be here.
Good to be here. Exciting.
Finally getting to this. I mean,
months of arguments in the dorm had to be put on air. We're here.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more with that. First, I'd like to offer condolences to Roy Halladay and his family. Tough loss for the baseball world. A great pitcher, in my opinion, best of this generation, and also a great person from all the stories you hear. One that sticks out to me is Chase Utley. Coming into spring training at 5:45 in the morning, sees Roy Halladay soaking wet, T-shirt drenched, and asks him if he had just been in the rain. And Roy Halladay replies, "I just got done with my workout."
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Family guy. Eric, what do you think about this?
That's a tragic loss. Great baseball player, even a better person, and just father, husband. It was just tough loss. Hate to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're gonna shift gears here. We're gonna talk about the World Series. What were your initial thoughts about the World Series?
Great World Series, iconic World Series. Will go down in history as one of the best. Kind of sloppy, not the best play. Slugfest, huge numbers put up. I mean, 13-12, that's an amazing game, but you want to see better pitching than that. I'm a pitcher, so just to watch that, I'm not saying I could do it, but you want to see those guys. You're getting paid millions. Kershaw, come on. $35 million a year, you got to perform there. Your team needs you.
Oh, no, I agree with you. I mean, personally, I thought it was a pretty good World Series.
I'll give you that.
It was pretty good World Series.
For the casual fan especially, it was entertaining.
For the casual fan, entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, especially because of the cough, juice baseballs. But we'll get into that.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. I mean, yeah, iconic. Great word to describe it. Huge
Great
for the city
of Houston.
Great for the city,
man.
especially after the
Harvey. They needed that.
Game 5 was one of the best games I've seen since 2015. The ALDS, Toronto at home, roof closed. Great game to watch against the Rangers.
I'm gonna go with Game 2.
Game 2 is phenomenal.
Crazy game. 3-1 in the ninth. You have the best closer in baseball, arguably, and 2 home runs gives that up. Not 2 home runs. It was a home run and single.
It was a home run. I know Marlon Gonzalez went deep.
Yeah, he went deep off him.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
but still, 2
off
runs,
of Kenley Jansen, who seemed unhittable the whole year.
So then it's 3-3, and then it went to 5-3. Dodgers come back 5-5.
I think it was Correa. He hit a base hit up the middle.
Yeah,
I think it was a base hit up the middle. Right. Yeah, but
so many hits, it's hard to keep track of them. But still,
yeah, agreed.
Insane.
Biggest surprise for me, Jock Peterson, coming from a role player, a bench player. I mean, loses his spot, his starting position, and comes out and picks up clutch hits, home runs,
huge,
unbelievable.
Huge for him.
Great team player. Love to watch his antics with Kike Hernandez in the dugout. Even better when, after a home run, the emotion for sure. I mean,
I love it. He plays with so much heart and energy.
I love it.
Just love to see it. Pure baseball, honestly.
Yep, and he's just another great example of the new school of baseball players.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a glimpse of it last year when they were in Washington in the playoffs, and he hit that home run off of Max Scherzer and went absolutely ballistic. Almost fell down. I
love it. I love to see the emotion.
Me too. That's why I'm such a big fan of Marcus Stroman.
Yeah.
I mean, great guy to watch. Biggest disappointment, Eric?
Kershaw, for me. Just like I said, best pitcher in baseball, can't close it out. You got to hold that lead. Huge lead, too, 4-0.
Yeah.
For Kershaw, everyone, even I thought it was over. I was like, okay.
The door was slammed shut, I believed. But
hats off to Houston for swinging away and getting that. But still, come on.
Yeah.
Gotta hold it.
I agree with that, but I also agree Justin Turner, I think, was my biggest disappointment.
I'll give you that. Yeah, that's a good second.
Because he came in, he was swinging the bat so well in the NLCS. And then has 4 hits and 25 at-bats in the World Series.
MVP candidate, you got to perform.
Yeah, you got to perform.
You have to.
I was surprised, to say the least. But I did think the MLB got it right with George Springer winning.
For sure.
Winning the MVP.
4 home runs in 4 games. That's
and
4
then
in a row. 4
in a row,
games.
5 home runs
total
in the World Series. I mean, seemingly his bat had gone cold the entire postseason. Really didn't hit that against Boston.
Yeah.
We saw it me and you talked about it. We thought, he's going to have a better series against
Some
New York.
analysts were surprised that he wasn't taken out of the lineup.
Unbelievable.
Out of the lineup. That's what some of them said.
Yeah.
And then he does that.
yeah.
That he proved him so wrong. Hats off to him.
Hats off to A.J. Hinch, too, for leaving him in there after being under
players.
duress. Yeah.
Trust your players.
Trusted his players. I mean, this isn't a role player we're talking. This is George Springer, a solidified superstar. I mean, he hit before the All-Star break, before the injury, 330 with, I think, 32 home runs. Something he was
insane numbers.
I mean, he was beating out Altuve for the MVP, in my opinion. Really carried that team. But final thoughts about the World Series.
Great World Series, iconic. That's all you can say. That's what everyone says. It was amazing.
Yeah,
it
unbelievable.
Was 7 games. Game 7's what people live for. It was a great Game 7. Never knew what was going to happen. It was just a really great World Series. And after Harvey that hit Houston, that's another reason why I'll get remembered, because they deserved a win.
Yep.
Same with the Saints. They won after Katrina. It's just stuff like that gets remembered.
That's almost a Hollywood script.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. But one last thing before we look forward to the offseason. A lot of talks, a lot of reports. I remember reading one from Sports Illustrated. The slippery baseballs, the juice baseballs. What's your opinion on that?
I could definitely see it, because Darvish, there were videos on Twitter of his slider breaking like 12 inches. Disgusting. And late. And in the World Series, you're flat, so flat. It's not going to change that much. You're an MLB pitcher. You know what you're doing. When that happens, they're either injured or they claim something with the baseballs, which I could easily see it.
Now, here's my take. The entire season, you heard rumblings from, Marcus Stroman's one that pops into my mind. Rich Hill has battled blisters for the last 2 years, specifically 2 years. I mean, he got taken out of a perfect game scenario. Remember that last year? I think they were in Miami. It's definitely an epidemic, I think. I mean, I have 2 baseballs, one from down in Dunedin, spring training, and then I have one that I caught last year at a Pirates game. The seams on the ball are tighter on the one this year than last.
That's what causes the blisters.
That's what causes the
pitchers.
blisters.
I wouldn't say they're slippier. It's more slippery.
No,
it's just,
but the World Series balls specifically are more slippery.
Yeah.
That was the report. I mean, I know you know that. Yeah, I mean,
see it.
We can see it. I would like to see, I'd like to see more of a change in the baseballs. I think that would benefit a lot of the pitchers staying healthy.
I don't know.
I mean, it's going to be hard to do.
Yeah, but people love the production, the home runs, the long ball. That's probably drawing more fans of the sport.
Absolutely.
So you got to find an equal balance. You can't put your best pitchers at risk, but at the same time, the long ball is great. Yeah. And that's where people make the steroid argument.
Yep. So
then pitchers the game would be insane.
We'll save that for next week's segment.
Yeah, but
looking forward to the offseason. Free agents. Big name free agents.
Yeah, huge.
I mean, not as big as next year.
No.
I mean, but still, this is a solid list. We have closer Greg Holland, first baseman, Eric Hosmer, Jonathan Lucroy, catcher, Yu Darvish. I mean, notorious Yu Darvish, I should say. Jake Arrieta, Wade Davis, J.D. Martinez, and Lorenzo Cain. That's almost an all-star team. You can field a great team with just those guys. Who's your favorite guy on the list?
Arrieta. Because he has that killer go-win mentality. You saw it in the World Series last year. He didn't pitch great in the second half at all, and then comes and does that. Yep. That's just a winner.
Yeah, interested to see if he grows the beard back out. Just I'm curious to see that.
Yeah.
Curious to see that.
And I think there's a high possibility he goes to L.A., in my opinion.
I
can
get
rid of Darvish.
Absolutely. I have 2, but I'm going to specifically single out one. Eric Hosmer and J.D. Martinez. Both productive veterans. But I'm going to single out Eric Hosmer for this reason. Like Arrieta, he's a winner.
Yeah.
He knows how to win. He's clutch. He does what the team needs him to do to win. I mean, you saw it showcased in the 2015 World Series.
Yeah.
Really played well. Leader of the team, no doubt in my mind. I think he ends up with either the Cardinals or the Red Sox. They have been looking, both of those teams have been looking for a solidified first baseman, but with the rookie coming up with the Cardinals, I mean, it's going to be hard for Hosmer to sign there. But I think he ends up ultimately with the Red Sox.
I could see Boston easily happening.
I mean, Hanley Ramirez isn't the option they were hoping for.
All.
I mean, he's played everywhere, hasn't really figured it out. But they have the money, they have the market, just like Arrieta. The Dodgers have the market, so it'll be interesting to see. We'll keep our eyes on that.
The only thing that, like, an alarm is how much of a winner Hosmer is and how competitive he is. Would he want to go to someone in the same league?
That'll be a question that will be answered soon, my friend.
Because you even brought up the Indians. There's no way. Same division. Hosmer wouldn't do that because he just
absolutely
he's
not.
so competitive. He plays the game in its purest form.
Yep.
So I just don't.
Loyal.
I could really see him staying with Kansas
absolutely,
City because
but
he loves that city.
How awkward would it be after the send-off they gave the core three guys? I mean, Moustakas, Kane, Hosmer.
Yeah.
I could definitely see all of them resigning.
I could. I don't know if they have the money to do it.
At the
same time, you have an agent in the back of your ear saying, "Hey, they're offering you
more money,
way more money."
Yeah.
So
I'm curious to see what'll happen. I mean, they seem like such a tight-knit team. I mean, even though they didn't have the season they wanted, I think they could still contend for a playoff spot. I really do. Get another arm,
card.
But it's going to be hard because of the money.
Exactly.
They're not a big market team. They're not New York.
No.
They're not L.A. But also, I think J.D. Martinez is going to resign. I do.
Yeah.
After the year they had this year, the 1-2 punch, I should say the 3-4 punch, with Paul Goldschmidt and J.D. Martinez. It's going to be tough to beat in a division as competitive as the NL West. So what's your take on that?
Yeah, I'll have to agree with that. I really can't see him going anywhere else, and it's a great team so far. I mean, they can add a few more pieces, some more pitching, and they're right there. Maybe with the Dodgers, they could be on that level. Like, they were a really good team this year. That whole division was. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Best division in baseball.
By far.
Yeah. I mean, I was
honestly,
really hoping
you had the three best teams in the National League in one division.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree.
Like, so,
I mean, the Cubs played well on the stretch, but so did the Rockies.
You knew at the end of the day that they weren't the Rockies and the Cubs. You could just tell the Cubs weren't the same team they were last year. Those teams were just powerhouses. All they need is pitching.
Yep.
The Rockies and Diamondbacks. Their lineup's just amazing.
They dominate.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in a park like Coors, especially in a city, high altitude, and we hear that every time you bring up the Rockies.
But then their hitters leave and they still rake.
Exactly.
They hit bombs.
Exactly.
So it's the whoever the hitting coach is and just the
needs
organization.
A raise.
Yeah.
Needs a raise.
Who's drafting the hitters? They need to draft more pitchers, but
yeah. Well.
What?
Yeah. Regular season awards. Who do you have as your NL comeback or breakout player of the year?
Breakout player of the year.
Or comeback.
See, comeback. I want to hear yours first.
Okay.
I'm going to think about that. There's a lot of people that are just coming up.
American League, I'm going with Justin Smoke.
Okay.
Unbelievable season for a guy who never really got a fair shake really anywhere. I mean, Texas traded, Seattle traded, never really had a solidified spot. Edwin Encarnacion leaves, and Smoke is thrust into a starting role. And
I was surprised by that.
There's rumblings that Rowdy Tellez, I think he's in AAA with the Blue Jays organization, that he was going to come up and Justin Smoke was going to be, again, a bench player. But 38 bombs, 270 average. I mean, was higher the entire season. Really was hovering around that 300 mark. Hit a little slump at the end, but still, I mean, unbelievable season. A joy to watch for me. I watched mostly all of the games. A joy to watch on an underachieving team.
Yeah, I'm going to go with McCutchen.
Yep.
Because he was struggling last year. They were saying get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
They were moving him in the outfield. One of my favorite plays from this season is when McCutchen made that great play in center field, got up and was like, "This is my spot." I love to see it. Great player this year. He came back. I love to see him win it.
Yeah, absolutely. He really played so well. It was great to see because he's one of the quote unquote good guys in baseball.
He really is.
He really is. I mean, he does everything right off the field. I mean,
great dude. Just
does a lot for his community.
Does a
lot.
Yeah.
Especially what he's come from. I mean, Just a great story all around.
And just the rumblings, get rid of him.
Yeah.
Trade him while his
Yep.
value's high now. They were
Yeah.
saying that last year, and then he said, no, I'm not done.
Yep. I agree.
Love to see it.
Yep. NL Rookie of the Year. Who you going with?
Bellinger.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude's almost the face of baseball. He's up there. Him and Judge. That's
Yep.
all you hear about. Just insane. He's definitely by far.
Yeah, I'm going with Aaron Judge, obviously. I mean,
Yeah.
Josh Bell had a great season in the NL, to go back on that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, not enough. I mean, wow. I mean, just wow.
Yeah.
These two rookies,
These two.
unbelievable. I mean, all rise.
It's almost like they hit their peak. They were so good.
I know.
As rookies, they could get better.
How do you get better from 52 home runs?
I don't know. I was thinking this
280.
earlier. Like, Judge, he could easily break Bond's record.
Yeah.
Single season record.
If we're going off
With-
potential,
Yeah.
limitless potential.
Without steroids. He could hit 80 home runs, honestly. I could see it.
I mean, in a small park like
Yeah,
New York. I mean,
New
if he
York.
figures out that swing, gets more,
If he
gets more
doesn't
of a
slump-
consistent swing path.
Oh, man, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but 284 average. And the thing that goes unnoticed for me, 127 walks.
Yeah.
Led the league.
Which is surprising because a lot of people are like, oh, he struck out a lot. Well, he also walks a lot.
He also walks. He gets
He
on
does
base.
a lot of everything, let's be honest.
And he's also a good
lot of
clubhouse guy. I mean,
he
that
is,
also
yeah.
goes unnoticed. Good.
He's just a
young,
good guy.
He really is a good guy. I got a chance to see him interact with a lot of not only the New York fans down in spring training, but the Blue Jays
Yeah.
fans.
Humble.
What a great.
Yeah.
He's just a great guy. I
Yeah.
mean, playing catch with, even Jays fans, talking to him, signing autographs. And he didn't even know if he was going to make the roster.
He didn't.
And,
I mean,
just
he
to act
struggled
like that.
last year. Coming
He really
up,
did.
He had a home run in his debut, and then you never really heard about him. Didn't do well at all. I was like, we'll
Yeah.
see what he does. Killed it
Yep.
this year.
Yeah,
Amazing
absolutely.
player.
Absolutely. Who's your AL Cy Young?
Kluber.
Yep.
Without the playoffs, because people said he was hurt, his back. I'll give him that. You could probably see that. But just regular season, what he did, amazing.
Yeah, that I think it was August. He didn't have a single loss.
No.
I think 0.84 ERA.
Yeah.
Unhittable.
I mean, how many games did he have? 10 strikeouts or more?
He had a streak.
A streak. It was like 14 games,
Yeah,
something like that.
unbelievable.
Insane.
My NL Cy Young, I'm going with Clayton Kershaw. I mean, that's going to be a tough argument to make, but
If you take just the regular season, which you're supposed
absolutely.
to,
Yes, absolutely.
but the writers who vote, they watch the playoffs. So there's going to be some
Their influence.
thought
Yeah,
in the back
their
of your
influence.
head.
Even with missed time with the back injury, which
Yeah.
back injuries are nothing to play with.
No.
But 2.31 ERA and 202 strikeouts for a guy who was
Yeah.
hurt.
I mean, he was amazing in the regular season.
Unbelievable. I mean, kind of, stuttered, I think, September. Really, there was a lot of question marks going in, but really proved himself the entire season. It's always fun to watch Clayton Kershaw
is.
take the mound. Really is. Getting back over to the AL, who's your MVP?
Altuve, by far.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what he did. And then you kind of have to look at his size.
Yeah.
He's like 5'4", and he's doing that. Give him the MVP. Like, come on.
Yeah, I mean, his numbers definitely proved it. He was floating around the 400 mark. People were
Yeah.
talking about him hitting 400 for the first time in so many years.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Do I
unbelievable
think anyone's
season.
going to hit 400? No.
No, the pitcher's only
he-
getting better.
I mean, he was up there for a while, which was impressive.
Yeah, I think he hit 400 in the month of July.
Yeah.
I think.
Dude's a machine.
Yeah. Now, my NL MVP. I know we have discussed this and
Yeah.
argued about this. My NL MVP is Charlie Blackmon. Even though he's not in the final, it's an atrocity that he's not in the top three.
Yeah.
331. 331, 37 home runs, and 104 RBIs as a leadoff hitter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, near 400 on-base percentage.
I think they got that wrong. They should have had him over Goldschmidt, honestly.
At least one Rocky
staff-
should have been in that list.
Yeah.
And he's phenomenal defensively. He is everything you want as a cornerstone player.
Yeah.
I mean, the Rockies are really building something.
They
I
are.
won't be
Few years,
surprised.
watch.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Watch out.
Few pitchers, that's all they need.
That's all they need is pitching. We've been
Yeah.
saying that for years.
That's it.
I mean, even back when they made the World Series in
Yeah.
07.
No pitching.
No pitching. I mean, Tulo was a rookie.
No one wants to go there, though, because it's Coors Field.
Yeah.
High altitude, not a pitcher's park at all.
Yeah, it's tough.
So,
it's tough to pitch there.
Yeah.
But that's all the time we have for this week's edition of Diamond Talk. Great to have you as listeners, and follow us on Twitter, subscribe, like the video, and Eric, any last comments?
Like a great season overall, I will say that.
Mm-hmm.
Great baseball season, a lot of history, a lot of fun. I mean, the Indians' 22-game winning streak, so many records broken.
Yep.
The Dodgers started off amazing.
Yeah.
Like 40-4.
Yeah.
They had a stretch, just great baseball. And then neither of those teams won.
Yeah.
That's the craziest thing
Yeah.
about baseball. Two of the best teams in baseball, everyone's picking them, even at the beginning of the year. Astros come on top. No one even saw them coming. So it's just great sport, great season.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. I mean, even though my Jays really didn't play to their potential.
That's baseball.
Baseball.
It happens. Great sport.
It happens. Great sport. Definitely lucky to have you guys listening.
Yep.
Like I said, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, at Jeep DeCiccio, and what?
At E_Ostrowski31.
And we'll be back next week. Thank you.